Alright guys, this is my quick and dirty review video of the MRZ by Atomic. The kit is listed as a pan car, so I have it set up as a pan car. Right now I'm not using the Atomic front bumper. This is, I believe this is the, the Next Racing front bumper. Only because I couldn't find the Atomic one. The Atomic extra wide one is just as wide as this. It's a little bit longer. It's decorative, as things from Atomic seem to always be. So a quick overview. I like the car. I do. It took a lot to get it to where I enjoy using it. And most of that stemmed from the recommended servo. The recommended servo is this one. All right, that servo is absolutely terrible. Okay, it is terrible, terrible, terrible. If anyone has owned this car and is running that servo and says it's good, they're a liar. There you go. I'm just kidding. It's just not enough servo for this car, especially if you're running this car. This one in particular is running the 2 brass chassis plates, and all that extra weight. That servo is not strong enough to take a hit, even with the servo saver on it. Most of your steering issues are going to stem from you using that servo. What I'm using is the GL titanium gear servo. That's the same flatness, or I guess depth, as the one that the Atomic one, but it's just a little bit longer from servo horn to the end of the servo, to the bottom of the servo, longer that way. And it's a much stronger servo. Like, I spent forever trying to make sure this whole front end geometry system was not binding up, or like maybe I was doing something wrong. It all came down to that Atomic servo being just weak and brittle. You could probably even use the PN servo that's the same size. A PN makes a titanium gear servo that's a high speed servo. It's really good. I like that one too. I just chose this one because it was readily available at the time. Plus, it's one of my favorite servos. I trust in that servo with my life, and the titanium gear is tough, fast, and strong, and that's what you want in a servo. All right, so what else? This particular one has pretty much every hop up you could think of on it. It's got the chassis brace. It's got the, sway bar. It's got the upper aluminum arms. It's got pretty much every aluminum hop up you can get. But what I would recommend out of the box is the aluminum steering link and the servo swap out. Before anything, like, just, if you bought that servo, you haven't put the car together yet, return that servo and get either the PN servo or the GL servo. And all these parts will be in the description as well. So during the build, the only thing I really had an issue with is these little plastic battery trays. If you see here, it's like a piece of plastic that slides into, focus. It's a piece of plastic that slides into the carbon right there, and you need to put a little bit of CA glue on there to make the piece stick. It doesn't stick on its own. I don't remember if it said you had to put CA glue on it, but I ended up putting CA glue on it to make it stay. Rear of the car, all by itself. This is with the front and rear brass chassis plate. Let's turn it on the side like that. 141 grams. Weight of that with a body, battery, and transponder. So all up weight is 175.3 grams. For the most part, it's a good driving car. Now that I made all these adjustments, I don't know that if having the upper aluminum arms made that much of a difference, other than it was easier to make adjustments with the aluminum arms. It seems like, these are actually loose. I should tighten those. It seems like the adjustments are easier to make, and they stay more with the metal arm than they do with the plastic, because the plastic tends to it bends, and it it divots when the screw gets punched into the plastic. So it holds its front end settings a lot better with the metal. I'm also running, this is the, what is that called? The sway bar kit, which I can't say did anything great other than looking cool. Yeah, it's a good car, you guys. Let me show you guys some running footage of the car running, and I'll tell you guys what I have set at my radio to make it run the way as you see it running. I gotta change the back tires. They're pretty blown out. Let's move over to the track.
Okay, so a little running footage, a little voiceover action. So any mistakes you may see in here are driver error. Car's pretty smooth. I run toe in, so yeah, you can see there. But notice from the hits that the car is not losing its composure, and you can see it still goes straight after hitting the side rail. The issue I was having before is that the servo was so weak. I would hit the guardrail, and the whatever side I hit on, I'd be pulling in that direction for the rest of the race. The servo upgrade helped that immensely. But right now, I think on my radio, I'm running, I think 95% servo go and return speed. I'm running Futaba, and yeah, it's working out pretty good. I did have a bit of an issue before where the car is spinning out, but if you slow the servo return speed, it gets rid of that. If I had to compare the car to anything, it'd be the GLR GT with the reflex racing rear. It's about the same. That car has got a little bit more steering, but this one worked out pretty well.
All right, guys, there you have it. That is my video on the MRZ. A couple things I did not cover were I'm running the longer dampeners in the rear. I am running Marca 15 on the front and PN 14 millimeter soft on the rear. I run 1 degree toe in. I'm using the blue springs, and I think the yellow Kyosho grease in the dampeners and on the spring on the shaft. What else? I am running no camber, 0 camber, mostly because I glue the sidewalls, and putting more camber in makes that less of an effect on the car's handling. Yeah, that's it. Oh, I wanted to show you guys the bottom of the car too. The dual brass chassis plates. That's what that looks like. Front and rear. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and if you're having any issues with your MRZ that I did not cover in this video, please leave it in the comments, and let's talk about it. I'm going to start up a Discord channel for this portion of my YouTube channel. Once I have that set up, you'll see the instructions on how to join it in the description. Until then, see you guys in the next one. I plan on making a bunch of these. I have pretty much every car under the sun, and I'm going to do a video on each car. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, guys. Deuces.